Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another video in my Let's Play series. I am Sylphin, and today we are looking at Iggy and Scorch. Before Richter just this week, he was the previous newest hero. He's very interesting. He's Iggy and Scorch. He has two characters who are very interesting, and I'm sure there's lovely lore behind him. So, what are we doing today? Today we are looking at a complete energy damage build. Just all energy damage. It's the only thing that we're really going to care about. I have, apparently, look at all these, like, crazy, well, not crazy, but look at these Fury cards. Like, I have, and then I have a 6, like, kind of, yeah, anyways, apparently I have a few good cards. So it's going to be really interesting playing Iggy and Scorch to see what kind of badassery I can pull off. So Iggy and Scorch, if you haven't played him before, his passive is Ignite. Fire damage that to enemies with oil on them applies a burn. It's going to be a theme here. His Q is a flame turret, deployable turret that deals 200 energy damage over 10 seconds. So 20 energy damage per second. His E is Oil Trap. Oil Trap that can be ignited by fire to cause energy damage. You place that on the ground, and if you shoot it with your left click, it ignites. Your ultimate is Flamethrower. Deals 450 energy damage over 2.5 seconds, and then knocks them back. So you have to be aware of when your ultimate is finishing in order to get that knockback. There is a synergy with R that we'll talk about later. And your left click ability is your basic attack. Flaming Molotov that deals 45 energy damage and ignites any oil patch it hits. Your right click, Scorch gains 120 movement speed. Scorch is the little miniature T-Rex that Iggy rides, and leaves behind a trail of flammable oil. So it's a good way to deal damage to somebody that's following you, or just kind of create maybe a little bit of a barrier, not really to anybody that's trying to chase you and you're trying to chase after somebody. So what are we going to go for? Definitely his flame turret first. After that, his level 2 going to be his oil trap. So his Q, you've got charges, and you can see in the bottom right of your screen, right by the Q, there is a 0 at the moment, meaning I have no more turrets to put down. So see, there you go. If you look again, there's a 1. I now have another turret that I can put down. So he is a very, very good, lane character because his Q deals area of effect, and you just place it, and you can sit in the back and just not really care. I mean, you can be really safe knowing that your Q is doing damage, and c'est la vie. You just kind of you sit there. With his E, I'm gonna put his E right underneath the minions and see how much damage. Yeah, so 10 damage a second. It's a fair amount. He is going to be a very, very strong lane carrier, as I just said. And at level 3, I'm going to get his R. So I'm anticipating that his R, or his right-click ability is going to be an interesting skill that will have quite a few combinations available to you. So you can use your right click into your R, where you use your right click to gain that burst of speed to get in behind the enemy characters, and I overextended. The last game I played was with Richter, so I'm was very much able to just sit and tank, which definitely can't do that anymore. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna back and spend these points. His basic attack has a bit of a delay and quite a slow travel time. So be careful with how and when you're using your left click. It travels in an arc just a little bit, and will land earlier than if you're aiming down. I found it a little bit tricky to land his basic attacks already. So with that Muriel that I was up against, as you saw before, I was missing. So that's going to be a very important thing to keep in mind. So here, let's see, is Q into an E. Yeah, just decimates the lane. So for sure, it's Iggy and Scorch is going to be a very, very potent character for laning. If you need that advantage, in the early game, in the late game, whenever really, Iggy and Scorch is going to be really, really capable of getting that lane advantage. So I would suggest for sure to hold on, for some reason I can't think. I would suggest for sure to be roaming between lanes. I'm going to start doing that, but let's see if I can kill his steel first. Probably not. Definitely roaming between lanes. Getting caps are going to be an absolute breeze. Getting that lane advantage roaming. The camps, on second thought, perhaps you're going to be a little bit inefficient because you use all that mana to spend on a turret, perhaps, and you don't, and then you kill it, and then it just kind of sits there. So maybe that's not going to be the most efficient, but that is definitely an option. Now, one thing you have to be careful of, as I'm just discovering, is that your turrets will attack inadvertently So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sit on top of my turret and bait this Kalari. If he wants to play with me, he's going to have to come in my turret, and well, Kalari is probably squishier than I am. So, and that is one technique you'll be able to use as well. Using your Q, using your turrets as kind of a little like mobile safety zone that you can use to kind of retreat to and have a secure area. You can control the battlefield at least a little bit with your turrets. Iggy Scorch kind of reminds me from Heroes of the Storm, a character called Gazlo, where he has his own turrets, and I mean they don't really do as much AoE damage as Oh, yes! Sorry. They don't necessarily do as much damage as Iggy Scorch, but he's for sure going to be able to secure an area. Absolutely, for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna be if you haven't noticed, focusing on his turrets. I'm running into a little bit of a mana issue. My mana potion's doing a fairly good job, but I mean I'm out of mana potions. So where are these casts? So he is definitely doing a lot of damage, and it's very actually exciting to play a character that can control the battlefield, not necessarily through his like Richter, where he gets in the way and he uses his ability to pull people places or slow them down. But Iggy can just be like, no, this area is mine, right, and control it that way. It's just different. So here I'm going to actually rotate right lane and push that lane back. So I'm doing, I'm focusing on Q and E just because that's what's going to really nail down those. Okay, I'm going to join this team right here. That's really going to, and into his ultimate, doing a fair amount of damage, put down his turret, and he's doing quite a bit of damage. Yeah, so that's really good. I mean, upgrading his right click, upgrading his basic attack can obviously lead to a little bit of utility with your right click having that trail and having that attack, that movement speed, but I'm really feeling the Q, E, and just all this energy damage that he's doing. So I'll push this lane a little bit more. Rotate left. So I'm actually a little bit confused now as to what that number is beside that turret. Is that how many? It isn't how many turrets I have up. And it's not however many turrets I have that are free. There I had 3 and I moved to 1. Perhaps it means how powerful that turret is? Let me know in the comments. I'll try to look it up. But I wonder what that number is now. Interesting. Okay. Well, so far he's proven to be actually really much well, not better, but much more engaging than I anticipated. I mean, I like PvE characters a lot. I like Heroes of the Storm. I like specialist characters quite a bit. So I guess it shouldn't surprise me that much. I'm gonna kill this before I do this. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use ultimate. Low mana. Down the Q, down an E. I think I have my effects volume fairly low, so I don't think I can actually see my E on the ground. I'm going to put this Q here. Again, low mana. So I put that E over there to put Q here to try to slow that Decker. I mean, the Decker's not. I mean, the computer's not really all that smart, and the Decker should have followed us to try to help out their Mario, but that's alright. Okay. fine then. If you don't want to play, then we don't have to. So we have 10 card power, so we're going to go back and spend these. He's doing a lot of damage. Mana is a bit of an issue. I wouldn't say that that carding for some mana would be a deviation from our build, but we're going all out. So, all energy damage, baby. I should have looked at how much energy damage we're doing. So far we have 5 energy damage upgrades and 2 Fury based cards. That first one that I carded right off the bat, that Bloodburn Powder, is an absolutely fantastic card that has attack speed and cooldown reduction. So that's helping us just a little bit, right? Really good card. When I got it, I was very excited. So always be looking for those cards that really fit those characters really well. There is. Alrighty, let's play. Okay, let's push this Muriel back. Set down the ignite it. And I've overstayed my welcome. He's been. Oh, okay, the deck has been focusing me. Now we're gonna do our ultimate. Down another flame turret. Down some oil. Where did that decker go? There she is. Come and play. Ah, I wanted that. Oh, look at that. So that turret just did all that damage. Oh, taken for 42 a second. I think that's faster than a second. So that's 80 damage every second. Well, let's see. Flame turret that deals 950 energy damage over 14 seconds. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we're doing a lot of damage. If I can stay alive, I've been engaging a little bit too hard, so that is a consideration for sure. Staying on the outskirts, letting the turrets do the damage, right? Placing down your oil to cut off, to decentivize, players from coming after you, right? Like, I'm going to put this oil over here to try to not have that sparrow, come like right through me. I mean, maybe that is something that we want though. So early game, getting your E to like in a safe area here, right? Where if you see somebody coming, you can ignite it and get that burn right off the bat on whoever you really want. So here we're also going to go into E. So you know what? I haven't used my right click, but let's show it. So then to the R, a little bit of a fast movement there. And you can see you can ignite it. A combo here is going to be your R through the wave, through the minion wave. Set down that oil. Use your E on top of that to get that double oil. Throw your Molotov on it. Get even more burn from that, and I mean that's going to be more than enough. So maybe alternating between. Let's see, player killing to send out of paint. Sorry. All right. So what are we going to do now? We're definitely going to do this one. So just because it's so good, I'm going to do it. For every 6 seconds on hit with ability, apply a psychic poison. So this is, on top of a burn. Now we're going to poison. or enemy. That just happens to be a good card that I'm thinking might do a little bit more damage than the other Fury cards, even though those other Fury cards are really good. I think, I mean, a fair amount of games ago, I came up against a really good Iggy Scorch, who had a Fury card that dealt with burn. Just like there's a Fury card that's fairly common, I think, that deals with bleed. You know, on bleed gains 12% crit chance for enemies that are bleeding. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic for Grux, who applies a bleed with his right click. For Iggy Scorch, there's going to, I mean, I think there's a card for if you are burning, which I think makes, yeah, I'm not sure, but you know, if an enemy is burning, gain something, a card like that's going to be really obviously very good for Iggy Scorch. So I mean, we push this. I mean, there's no point pushing this any farther. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so that was just a waste. Apparently, it doesn't attack enemy harvesters. Good to know. Turrets do not attack harvesters. Alrighty, so let's use our thing here. Let's use our... And he's just annihilated. Look at that, I just took out fairly strong... Ooh. I did not see the Kalari. Not at all. Whoopsies. So I annihilated that steel. I mean, I used my all my abilities, but this is starting to really take off. And this is still like the mid game. I mean, we're 20 minutes in, but you know, on the average PvP match of 30-40 minutes, I mean, this is still the mid game. So we got a long way to go here. I'm thinking that there's probably two things. Cooldown reduction for Iggy Scorch is going to be obviously very good. Being able to get his E and his right click and even his ultimate off more. It's going to be really strong, especially the oil and getting that burn effects, especially if you have cards that deal bonus damage or something to burning targets. But I think perhaps mana is going to be a little bit of an issue. I mean, giving a mana upgrade or two probably be fairly strong with Iggy and Scorch. So in the final build, perhaps that's probably going to be a consideration, especially cooldown. Let me know in the comments exactly how his Q works a little bit more than how I'm describing it. I'm not really sure how that, like, what is that number? 3. What is? Okay, so I just put 2 down, and it hasn't changed. I'm just gonna litter this area here. So I put 3 down. Oh, is that me? Oh, okay. I think I know what it is with the Q. No, it's not. Okay. Nope. I really don't know what that number is. 0. I have 3 out. I mean, I can put 0 more. But why didn't the number change before? Yeah. Okay, somebody please explain to me what that number exactly represents. Because I really don't understand. So I'm not doing that great of a job of focusing on which lanes are could use my help the most. For this build, obviously, I mean, he's a huge influence in a team fight. But I mean, he absolutely, right, just decimates these waves with ease. And with relative efficiency, I mean, his Q, I mean, 54 mana and wave is gone. That's good. I mean, I can take out this tower no problem if I wanted to, I'm sure. The real question is going to be in PvP. How much can you extend down the lane, you know, without getting caught out, without overstaying your welcome? You know, how is he going to work then? It's definitely going to be interesting here. So I'm going to do oil trap. Just have to be careful that my turrets don't attack the enemy there. So this is a perfect example of how you can set your turrets and just kind of forget. Set the turrets, let them do the work, and be happy with what your mama gave you. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so your turrets can take 3 tower shots. Maybe that's a consideration when you're diving in tower. You know, but then when you're in the range, the tower will focus you. Okay, so there's not really a way that you can use a turret to tank for you. Not that much. So I thought maybe there'd be a way, but not really. Okay, it looks like this Richter is going as a fighter. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's another thing, guys. If you're looking for more content on Paragon, if you're looking for a fun time, I mean, I'm just here having fun, sharing my experience with you. I have a son that I take care of here at home. I play this game when he has naps. I enjoy myself, and I thought I'd be useful as well. So if you guys want some more content, I mean, there's tons more on the way. Please subscribe. But take a look. I have Sparrow video, Steel video, Murdoch. Quite a few. Take a look. In the future, I'm going to be doing ranked play. I'm going to be doing something on PvP anxiety, because if you haven't noticed, this is a computer game, and while this is just useful for showcasing the character and seeing if the build works, I know it's not the most riveting gameplay. So that content is coming, where I'll be playing against real people, doing strategies, you know, how to function in team fights, things like that. So please subscribe if you like it. Hopefully guys like it. Let me know in the comments. What's how could I be doing this better? So we have 12 points unspanned, and out of the 2, basic attack and oil trail, let's do basic attack. I'm trying to play it safe so that I don't have to rely on my right click, which would be another thing that changes in PvP. So let's see, we got this, we got a cast, so there you go, I'm all out of energy damage. Card, so the next thing we're going to go with attack. attack speed, but I kind of want to do a little bit of mana, so I mean, I don't have that. Nope, we're not going to do mana. We're going straight for this. We're going to do some cooldown reduction. I'll definitely be making a video on if Iggy Scorch benefits more from energy damage or from crit attack speed. It's a little bit of a theme I have with most characters. What's the balance between crit attack speed, energy damage? Do you just do all energy damage? Do you do balance? Seeing if Iggy Scorch really actually benefits from crit and attack speed is going to be interesting, because if you upgrade for attack speed, does that attack speed go to your turrets? Right? Does the damage tick more? If it does, that would be a consideration, because that would do a lot of things. I mean, it would make your towers do more damage more often or just deal the same amount of damage, technically, to characters more often. So you get more value out of your skills, increasing your mana efficiency. Right? Does doing enough attack speed enable Iggy Scorch to be played entirely differently? Right? Who knows? Is that the case? No. So that's something that we're going to discover. So right now, just from that one card, I'm noticing quite a big difference. That is a fairly good card, the Chronovore. Now let's put these turrets down. Oh, the core is just melting away. Awesome. Alright guys, so Iggy Scorch, all energy damage besides that one last card there. He does a ton of damage. I'm going to say that right off the bat. The enemy stays in your turrets for too long. You get that oil patch on the ground and ignite it right under their feet. You're doing a lot of damage. It's pretty good. So the basic prime, obviously does some energy damage, bonus damage. What's his unique passive? 300% damage versus structures. 2 minions. Okay, so it's a defensive kind of a card. Interesting. Health and mana potion, both very useful. He's a ranged, very kind of delicate character. This was the Chronovore. That's a pretty good card for him. Tainted Magic is just a kind of a cool one that I got. If his turrets stack the poison, that would be huge. Micro Nuke and the Bloodburn Powder, which did your energy damage, crit, and attack speed, I think. No, energy damage, attack speed, and cooldown reduction. So you guys have it. Very successful. It's going to be interesting to see if the crit and attack speed, if that's better, if there's a balance. We're going to have to see. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, all of that stuff, guys. I have lots more content coming. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope it was useful. Let me know in the comments if it was, if I can make this better. If I was wrong, I'm definitely not, a super competitive player that's wins awards or anything. There even is awards. So I mean, I'm no professional. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's just fun, having fun. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe. There's lots more content coming. Guys, take care and have a good day.